Hello YouTube, it's me Ricky. Today I will be doing a new deck profile of my Masters of Pendulum deck. Since the new update in the ban list, Skullcrobat got limited to 1, so I had to take out 2 of them and I had to add and take out a couple more cards. So first, we'll be starting with my extra deck, which I had switched up. First, as we all know, Odd Eyes Rebellion Dragon. Like I said, if anybody is really willing to trade or sell this card, please leave a comment down below, and I will either trade or pay for it. Anyway, I really need this card. Second extra deck monster run. 3 Dark Rebellion, as again, and that card I use to summon out Odd Eyes Rebellion, which I'll show when I do the monsters. The next card, 3 Utopias. Yeah, but I put Utopia in here. I mean, it's the most common level 4 Xyz monster because of Utopia Beyond. Now, I know that this Utopia would be cloggy, you know, if I weren't trying to really summon them out. But I had Utopia Beyond, and I said, let's try to get Utopia. Let's give Utopia Beyond a chance. So the next extra deck monster I have is 3 Odd Eyes Absolute Dragons. This is the last because I took out Meter Burst reasons because the tuner for it was really cloggy in my deck. So Odd Eyes Absolute Dragon is a really good card. I could summon out either. Well, the only really card I summon out with it is Odd Eyes Rebellion or another Vortex. So that is my extra deck, and now we will be going on to my main deck. Now, these are some of the edits I have. First, we'll be doing the effect monsters, and the first 2 I have is none other than the Winged Dragon of Ra and the Winged Dragon of Ra Spear Mode. Now, this card I used to have in my old Pendulum deck, which was horrible. But I had gotten that from the Battle City, and I had gotten that from a friend. So I decided, since Skullcrobat got limited to 1, and I had 2 card slots missing, and these 2 were there, I was like, let me bring back the Winged Dragon of Ra and Winged Dragon of Ra Spear Mode, and whoop some butt. This card is really dank. Spear Mode and Winged Dragon of Ra really dank. Trust me. Oh man. Next 2 Hypnosisters. This card is really good with running just a Pendulum deck, and like if your opponent's not even running a Pendulum deck and you just run a Pendulum deck, it still gains attack and defense, and it can still destroy a Pendulum summon monster. And its other 4 effects are pretty good, but I just prefer the first one, honestly, to gain 800 attack and defense for each Pendulum monster and each player's Pendulum zone. The second 2 Speedroy's Menko. Now, this card is really, really good. I use this card if I don't have any monsters on the field, if I get a bad hand. And it's a level 4, so it's a good level 4 overlay for Dark Rebellion and or Utopia coming next turn. So, and now on to my Pendulum monsters. We'll be moving on to my singles. The first single I run is Timebreaker Magician. I pulled this from the new pack that just came out. It's really good if you can only Pendulum summon 1 monster. This turn, you can double its attack and then banish it and another monster until the next standby phase. So it's a really good stall and OTK card, honestly. The next single, we all know, Skullcrobat. Since I had gotten limited to 1, I had to take out both. So, moving on to my doubles. First, I had run 2 Master of Pendulum, the Draco Slayer. I had gotten another one from the newest pack that came out, and this card is really good if you want to destroy other Pendulum zone, or any player's Pendulum zone, to put another Pendulum monster in. So yeah, that's your card. The next double, 2 Oath Dragon Magicians. Now this, with Pendulum Call, the spell card, that is really good. I can just overlay those 2 to summon out number 39 Utopia Beyond, which requires 2 level 6s. And it's a good monster for getting Pendulum monsters from your graveyard and or extra deck. The next, like I said, I do not know how to pronounce these names, so I just nicknamed them to Mr. and Mrs. Dank. So, yep. Mr. and Mrs. Dank is only reason I have Odd Eyes Rebellion in my extra deck. This targets a Xyz monster and gives it a level. That targets Odd Eyes, and then no, that targets the Xyz monster and then a level 7 or a higher monster, and change that Xyz monster level into the level 7 or higher monster. Mr. and Mrs. Dank is the only reason I run this deck, honestly. So, oh man, just love those cards right there. The next two, we all know, Dragon Pulse and Dragon Pit Magician. Simple, if you don't run MST, Dragon Pit Magician is your card, and if you don't run Dank or any other card that destroys monsters on the field, Dragon Pulse Magician is your card. And now, on to my triples. We all know the card that I thank God that didn't get hit with the ban list. Wisdom My Magician. Just put them in your pendulum zones and then pop them both to replace them with another pendulum. But they can only be magicians. That's the only downside, I guess. So, yep, I run 3 of those because it's a hell of a good card. The next, we all know and love, Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon. Oh man, this card is good. Honestly, its pendulum effect is better than its monster effect. Just pop it during the end phase to get a pendulum monster for 1500 attack or less. But it has to be a pendulum monster, and that's Mrs. Dank in my hand right there. Now next we're going on to my spells. The single spell I run is Dank. I was thinking about putting another one in here, but I don't know. Dank, Premium Gold Rare. Yep. Now on to my triples, since I don't really need doubles. 3 Wavering Eyes. This card should not get banned and or limited. This card, first effect, just flip 500 damage to your opponent. Second effect, get a pendulum monster from your deck. Third effect, you can banish one monster on the field. And fourth effect, you get another one from your deck, depending on how many pendulum monsters are in each player's pendulum zone. So, next one. Sky Iris. I don't run one terraforming because I think that's really cloggy in my opinion. So, if it's, like and you really needed one, and say you already used your other 2, and then you drew terraforming, that's just a dead card in your hand. So I put 3 in there. Then we're going on to my doubles now. I don't know why I put triples for doubles. I'm sorry. 2 Pot of Riches. This card is really dank in pendulums. Get 3 from your extra deck or graveyard. Shuffle them back into the deck. Draw 2, but the only monsters you can pendulum that you can special summon this turn are pendulum monsters. So, Pot of Riches. The next double is Pendulum Call. I think if you run 3, it's pretty cloggy, because if you're on your last draw and you drew it, you wouldn't have another card to discard. So I put 2 in there. Probably discard 1 Sky Iris if I already had 1 played or more in my hand. But this, I get Oath Dragon Magician to overlay Utopia Beyond. Now, since this is mainly a spell deck, I only run 3 traps. Well, the first single is Storming Mirror Force. Now, with this card, if anybody's willing to sell or trade, just leave a comment below, and I will be sure to answer. And I just really need another one of these, honestly. And this card is really dank. When the opponent's monster clears an attack, send them all back to opponent's hand. So yeah. And the second one, my doubles of spell traps is Pendulum Reborn, as I like to call Monster Reborn. Honestly, just special summon a pendulum monster from your graveyard or extra deck. So, yep. Well, thanks guys. This has been Ricky, and hope I can get more subscribers and make more videos. So, see you later.